Hello, everyone. Welcome in. So we're very happy to have you joining us here this evening for our new moon in Capricorn ritual. And I am joined here by people that are visible and invisible. So I'll let everybody have a little bit of a wave. Sari, go ahead.
Hello.
Wendy.
Hey, everybody.
Michelle.
Hi, I'm waving, but you can't see me because there's something going on with my video.
Morgan.
Hi, everyone.
And Ron.
Hello.
He's here to keep us all calm. So what we're looking at today with this energy, and we want to welcome everyone in. If you are new here, please like and subscribe. We do these rituals for the moon for setting intentions, which is what this one is for, and then also for releasing, which is what the full moon is for, so that, you know, what no longer is a part of our vibration, which is very much happening out in the world right now. So as we are getting started, we always like to do an energy clearing at the very beginning so that we can go ahead and feel that when we're doing our ritual that we've centered ourselves in. So I will turn it over to Sari, who will do our clearing for us. So go ahead, Sari, and I will put up your lovely picture. There you go.
Hello, everyone. And I'd invite everyone just to find a place to sit or lay down and just get really comfortable. And as you are getting comfortable and relaxing your body, the new moon in Capricorn opens a very powerful gateway for long-term resets in soul-aligned structure. Capricorn, as we know, governs career, finances, responsibility, our legacy, and the tangible decisions that shape our future. This is not a quick start energy, but one of commitment, of clarity, and of conscious choice. Under this new moon, we are invited to release outdated timelines rooted in fear or obligation, and instead choose paths that honor our sustainability, our integrity, and our soul purpose. This moment supports grounded intention setting, mature decision-making, and stepping into our inner authority with trust and resolve. So I'd ask everyone now just to close your eyes. And we're going to take a few nice, deep, cleansing breaths. Let's breathe in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Again, through the nose. Inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Bring your awareness to your body. Allow your body to soften and settle. And as you bring this awareness to the base of your spine, imagine yourself gently anchored into Mother Earth. Feel the steady, supportive presence of the ground beneath you. We now call in the energies of the new moon in Capricorn, the wisdom of the earth, and the clarity of long-term vision. Only energies of love, of truth, and the highest good are welcome here. As you continue to breathe, imagine a soft current of light moving through your body. This light begins to dissolve old fears around money, survival, and responsibility. It gently releases inherited beliefs about our success, productivity, and worth that no longer serve you. If you feel any heaviness in your shoulders, chest, or lower back, allow it to release now. These are all burdens that you were no longer meant to carry. With each exhale, silently affirm, I release what is no longer aligned with my future self. Now imagine yourself standing at the edge of a snow-covered forest path. The air is crisp and still. It is night. The world is quiet. As you begin walking forward, steady and intentional, you move towards a soft golden glow ahead. At the end of this path, in the darkness, stands a door of light, a radiant portal. In your hand is a key representing your wisdom, your readiness, your soul authority. Feel confidence in your steps. You are not rushing. You are choosing. As you stand before the door, bring to mind one long-term goal or one life decision or a future vision that you are ready to commit to. And ask yourself quietly, does this future honor my soul? If the answer is yes, place the key into the door. As it opens, this golden light washes over you, activating clarity, resolve, and grounded trust. Silently affirm, I step forward, aligned, supported, and sovereign. Let's take one final deep breath in, anchoring this energy into your body, exhaling out, and know that you have chosen today is supported by earth, time, and spirit. And this choice is yours. When you are ready, gently return your awareness to the room. And our clearing is now complete.
Hello. So what I want to remind everyone, because this is intention setting, we do ask that you have a pen and paper that you can write your intentions down. Oh, we have a visual on Michelle. Hello. So, and we'll give you information as to maybe how you want to frame what your intentions are when we start the ritual. But I did pick a card out from the cards that I usually get with Cerie. So this card this time that I've got, actually, the reason that this struck me is because I do see, there's this land part here, but there's also this symbol in the sky, and to me, it reminded me of an 8. So I don't know if that was your intention to catch that symbol in the sky, that mirror image. That caught my attention. And I was like, okay, we have this year that is going to be a very renewed. I don't even want to say renewed, because it's going to be something completely brand new, something that is going to be energetically changed from where we've been before. And this is going to be like the year that it's a little bit rougher, because I don't want to lie to you. But that is for the collective. When I look at individual charts, it's much more positive, actually. It's where we're finding our growth and moving forward with all of this energy. So if you do have a pen and a paper, that is the minimum that you require to set intentions. And if you are a little bit more advanced, and if you want to try other things, you can have a candle and a lighter. And it's always good when we're starting through the ritual to get in the practice of having an opening and a closing. So we will cover that a little bit later, but I wanted to mention that now. If you don't have it, get a pen and a paper so that you can be ready when we start the ritual, so for what you want to write down. And what I'll do now is I want to share a little bit of the astrology of today. We've been having these 28-degree new moons happening, and what I will do is make this just a little bit bigger. Okay, so that you can see all this crowded area in the chart. Look at that. So this is where the new moon is occurring. It's at 28 degrees in the chart. And at 26 degrees, we have Mars and Mercury occurring. So they're in a conjunction with this energy. So this energy is really affecting a lot of us, because it's affecting a lot of our, what chart ruler may be. If you're a Libra rising, Venus would be your ruler. If sun and moon, sun would be Leo, moon would be Cancer, Mercury is Virgo and Gemini, Mars is Aries and Scorpio. So we do have a lot of of these planets, these personal planets that are here. And it's for us to integrate what the new moon will mean for us moving forward, especially if you're thinking about the fact that, oh, this is my rising sign, or this is my sun sign. That's very true about that energy as well. We do have Hecate at 11 degrees. So that's like Hecate's at her little magical degree, and Hecate is the goddess of the dark of the moon. So she rules all new moons. And what we're looking at that the universe is helping us with is we have a lovely trine energy going to Uranus, the unexpected. These are things that are in the earth signs. So this is nice trine energy. So the unexpected, and this is where you can make what your intentions are, be unlimited, because you have angelic help. That's what I consider. And especially when you're looking at the fact that from everyone, I believe that this is always going to have, the way this is set up, the 12th house is going to be where Uranus is located at. And that is the unseen realm, right? So we also have, as we look at it, Venus is now in Aquarius and will be conjunct Pluto. So what is all of these planets moving from Capricorn and into Aquarius going to mean for you? It's going to be unleashing a lot of the areas of control personally that we've had in our lives and addressing those things. So utilize maybe some of this energy to help you maybe change and make a habit that is better for the future. The other magical aspect of this is that we have Uranus in a sextile to Neptune and Saturn. Neptune, this is the last lunation. Neptune will be in Pisces because Neptune will not return to Pisces for 150 years. So this is the very last new moon, full moon, that is going to have Neptune in Pisces. Saturn is here as well. Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn. And this is in a trine energy as well to this new moon energy. So it's helping out. It's that long-term plan that you can make that's going to help you out. So this is a very nice supportive energy from the universe. And Pluto being an outer planet, this being an outer planet, Neptune being an outer planet, Uranus being an outer planet, all this year, we're going to have this energy, and it's actually going to get stronger because these two planets are going to be moving into Gemini here and into Aries here, and it'll make this trine much stronger and exact. When we move to July, it'll be exactly at 4 degrees between Uranus and Pluto. So very interesting energy and supportive. The universe is supporting all of the changes that the collective is going through. And as we look at this Capricorn energy, this is very much the energy of the father, of the rules. And last time we had the full moon, a lot of planets were out of bounds. This time it's only the moon is out of bounds. So the moon being our emotions and how we can feel about things. It might feel a little bit unusual for everyone out there that there's so much going on in the world, but really bring that focus into what's going on in your personal life, because whatever you do for yourself personally that takes you through your work helps the collective. So I will go ahead and release that energy that's in that. There we go, remove. And we're back. So that's what I wanted to bring out, is that this is the first new moon of the year. It's a Capricorn moon, so we're able to set very strong intentions. And coincidentally, or not coincidentally, by the universe's plan, we did have Mars and the sun meet, and that sets off a 2-year cycle. And I always call that like the Rocky moment, where you're working on something for the long term. And if you do something on a daily basis or on a regular basis, that commitment is going to pay off for you. Whether it's learning something new and mastering it, whether it's a long-term commitment like, oh, I've wanted to own a new home, I complete schooling, anything that might mean that you have to have a long-term plan for. I do think that it's important that we also are taking care of our bodies, because Capricorn also rules the skeleton and our knees and arthritis things. So also thinking about that for our personal health. So we do have everyone here, and we are going to have some cards drawn for the collective. And I'm going to start with Morgan, who is going to read for us. Let me change this a little bit so we can have Morgan. Hi, Sari. You should not let me in control of the backstage. Just saying.
Thank you, Dawn. Oh my gosh, that was really insightful. Thank you. And okay, so I pulled a card from the Spirit Messages by John Holland, and the card that came out, there was two. So the card that came out was self-love, and it says, now is the time to love, nurture, and heal yourself. Self-love is not simply a state of mind about feeling good. It's a state of appreciation for yourself that grows, matures from actions you take to support your body, mind, and soul. Taking care and loving yourself is not a sign of being selfish, but one of necessity. This card is a timely reminder to acknowledge how much you've given to others, but in doing so, how you've also forgotten about your own needs and what's truly good for you. When you focus on what you need as opposed to what you want, you'll gain the strength and purpose to refrain from making the same mistakes. You'll become more aware of past negative behavior and thinking patterns that have caused you hurt or distress. As a result, you'll be able to stop and change them into positive affirmations, both now and for the future. Learn to nurture yourself. Work with what keeps you healthy, such as good nutrition, exercise, meditation, and relaxation. Take time outdoors in nature and choose wisely with whom you wish to surround yourself. When you learn to come from a place of self-love, you'll be able to accept your weaknesses and acknowledge your past mistakes. Forgive yourself and know they were important lessons to learn to create clarity and strength for the future. Be good to yourself. You deserve it. I was really drawn to this rose here, and I just feel like also when I looked into this card intuitively, I was seeing like I don't know if somebody's like discouraged. I picked up an energy of kind of like, why bother? Why should I keep trying? Like this sort of like discouraged energy. And I saw a vision of like somebody like each day doing something good for themselves, some type of self-care, and then getting out of your comfort zone in some way, shape, or form, and then seeing like, oh yeah, I am like evolving and growing. Like this rose, they showed like kind of like growing upwards, this love. So, and seeing the growth in yourself. Maybe you're so busy focusing on just doing the next right thing and trying, but you're not actually seeing like how far you're coming with growth. And the card that was under the deck was just nature. So just to absorb nature's healing energies at this time. And that's a beautiful way as well to give back to yourself. So that's the message that I have. And with that, I'm going to pass it on to Ron.
Oh, thank you, Morgan. And I pulled a card for the collective, and I used the Talisman Oracle deck. And so the thing is, I pulled a card, and I thought it was just a little bit dark. So I put it back in the deck. I shuffled the deck. I threw the deck on the ground. I picked them all up, and I shuffled it again, and I pulled the exact same card. So someone out there, hopefully this is going to resonate. If it does, I'd appreciate sending a little note saying, yeah, that's me or something. And you can see this is a scorpion, and the word underneath it is defense. Okay, so I'll read what it says here, and hopefully, like I said, it resonates with someone. Okay, watch out for competition in personal or professional contexts. It's time to defend your current position, but you should have no problem doing so. While it is flattering that others strive for your success, this creates a very harsh environment, and it becomes difficult to lead within this dynamic. You are fierce, and when you want something, you go for it. Try to understand where others are coming from, but do establish clear boundaries. Focus on the solution of the issue and defend your ground and ignore the empty chatter that could fuel the needless drama. Okay, I hope that fits somebody, resonates. And I'm now going to pass it on to Wendy.
All right. Thank you, Ron. I think that actually makes sense. I mean, sometimes, when we are making these plans, we can tend to lean into our fear a little bit. And then that, sets us on a loop to have to learn that lesson again. Right. So I think it's just like, hey, be cognizant of that and don't do that. Don't be afraid to make your plans and don't worry about what other people want. All right. So I pulled a card from the Starseed Oracle and I got surrender to the sweetness, Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. Okay. I don't know if it's coming in. There we go. Okay. So it says, this is a sensual, highly feminine card. It's a call to surrender to the sweetness of life, to let the ever abundant feminine take over, which is perfect timing since we've got all that feminine energy coming in. So to taste the fruits you've been working so hard to grow, to let your senses take over and really drink in your life with wonder, to get intoxicated on the pure, simple bounty that this planet has to offer and which you have within you when your well is full. The ancient Babylonians connected the feminine goddess Ishtar to the planet Venus, and in Roman mythology, Venus was the goddess of love and beauty. In our night sky, aside from the moon, Venus shines the brightest. Time is our most precious resource, and it's the greatest healer. If you've been all work and no play, this is a sign to take some time out, reconnect, play, give yourself the luxury of time without an agenda. Many of us are so busy building our lives that we forget to enjoy them. And I was just saying before we came on, that this new moon in Capricorn can be all business, no play at all. It's very serious, like let's get to work, let's make a plan, boom, boom, boom. It's important to remember the fun, the joy, the love, the pleasure, right? And you can find this, you can find it every day if you really look for it, right? There's always room for whimsy and fun and love and joy. And we definitely need more of this on a daily basis, right? So add it to your to-do list, okay? Add it to your long-term plans. Put in the joyful things, not just the, I want to pay off this loan or I want to do this or, all of these great, big, grand plans, but plan the fun too. Plan to have these beautiful moments. Not just, it doesn't have to be like, it's okay, I'm going to plan a vacation, because we all know vacation can be just as stressful as every other day, right? So this is also take those small moments and notice the small things. When you feel like you want to cry, laugh, find something. There's always something that you can connect with this energy, with that joy, that pleasure, that love. Always look for it, please. Okay, so I'm going to pass on to Michelle.
Beautiful, Wendy. A good reminder for all of us. Thank you. So I pulled a card for the collective in this beautiful new moon energy, which is very fitting. I pulled from my moon deck. So it's a beautiful deck. And actually, I have to share, it comes in this really beautiful moon box. So I thought I'd share that with everybody. And the card that I pulled was, I am on the right path and divinely guided. So beautiful, beautiful card. And what I'm feeling and sensing from this right now is when we do our new moon rituals and our new moon intentions that we're setting. We do this with the full intention and goal that when the full moon comes back around in the cycle, roughly around 30 days or so, that all of our intentions are starting to at least start to come to fruition or on their path or on their way. So it's a beautiful completion of that cycle of what we're working on right now, where we're setting our intentions of the new moon to at least be fully up and running or somewhat running or on the right path for the full moon when that comes up next time around. And the book's guided message, the message is called Guidance. I am on the right path and divinely guided. When we relax into ourselves, we feel more at peace and return to trust. We remember that each small step creates the whole journey, overflowing with divine order. A loving force within and around you is guiding you on your path. Breathe. The guidance may take the form of inner knowing or may present itself as meaningful signs in your life. The exact name you give to this guiding power is up to you. Source, God, the universe, Great Spirit, higher self, whatever it is that you feel comfortable and resonate with. You may also look to your spirit guides, angels, and ancestors for support. It's often a very calming, encouraging, and lovingly firm voice, free from anxiety, force, or fear. As you walk your path, notice and acknowledge the signs. So again, as you set these intentions, listen to your inner guidance, let it come and flow through you, and it will sound different than your own voice because it'll just be a very calm, very calming force. And that's going to set you on your right, perfect, divine path. So with that, I am going to turn it over to Dawn.
Hello. Okay. So did everybody get their piece of paper and pen handy? Because we are getting ready to begin. I do have a candle. So we will always start. For me, it's a must to use a candle because it really signifies the beginning and an ending. And this fire energy that it brings in. So let's go ahead and light the candle. We will ask the angels, the archangels, to come and join us. I'm asking for the guidance and presence of Archangel Michael as a guide and to protect all that is intended here. As you can see, this is my lovely candle that's lit here. It's actually doing pretty well. And we also have the energy of, I also like to bring other elements in. So I do want to actually do a little bit of sound element just to clear our intentions. And then I'm going to end. This is Florida water. And I recommend that if you have something that you enjoy as a scent, whether it's perfume or whether it's a natural essence, that you utilize that, because I do think it helps bring in the concentration. And sometimes when you are familiar with a scent, it'll take you back to a moment, right? That sense of smell. So even if you have a perfume that's like butter cookies, it's anything that makes you come into a sense of peace is what I would say, and clearing the mind, because these things are all designed to clear the mind, the sound, the scent. And as we have this fire burning, I do want to talk what we can use to set intentions for with this new moon energy. It is Capricorn, but it's sun and moon at 28 degrees. And right next to it are Mercury and Mars. So one of the things I think that we can ask for is, how do I want to make a plan? That's very, Mercury ideas, in Capricorn, and Mars is exalted in Capricorn. How can I make a plan to move forward? And that's very Capricornian energy with this new moon energy. And we do have the opportunity to make this a long-term goal. I like the fact that Michelle brought up that this can be like a 30-day goal. It can be a 6-month goal, because this new moon in Capricorn in 6 months will be the full moon in Capricorn. So that's a full cycle for the new moon and the full moon. or because Mars and the Sun just met in the background, we have a 2-year cycle that has begun. So if there's a long-term goal that you have that you've always wanted to accomplish, this is something that you can do as well. So with that energy moving forward, what else can you think that you might want to set as a goal? We do have Saturn in a sextile in Pisces. So to me, that's very much about dream goals. What can you make happen with Uranus energy, with Neptune energy? There's nothing that you can imagine that you can't make real now. This is the time when magic works. Magic is going to work, and it's going to be more and more that way. We just need to understand it a little bit better. So setting the intentions for this Capricorn new moon is us being able to utilize that energy going forward. And especially in our personal lives, we will have a lot of changes in the collective, but what we set for our personal goals are very attainable for us, no matter what they are. I will also mention that one of the things that I always, and everybody knows this, I use this as all the time. It's like, it's probably the book I refer to the most in all the books that I have. And it talks about the new moons. And I will give you a few things that Capricorn stands for. And one of the things that was a big thing for me is that it does represent the skeletal body, all of the bones in your body, especially your knees. What health things can you maybe make that are going to help that energy moving forward for the long term? Making your muscles stronger, Mars in Capricorn, making your muscles stronger will help your bones. It will help your joints. Things like that you can set as goals. It's also about, Capricorn is also about self-discipline, old age. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to talk about any of those things. But I did want to say that it does talk about the fact that there's a lot of lack of joy in actually it even lists it, which I thought was hysterical. It says lack of joy, sternness, fear of new approaches. And I think that is, when you set an intention, it should be, I am joyful with all of my plans going forward, and change that around. It's how we change those things in our mind. It's also about possible relationships that we've had that, we're setting new relationships, new relationship goals. And I will also want to say, I just want to cover the other things: bones and joints, arthritis and rheumatism, gallbladder and gallstones, knees, and it says skin, psoriasis, and itching. So I did want to mention some of the physical things that it talks about for Capricorn, but that doesn't sound very fun. So what is the long-term thing that you can plan for yourself? I totally agree with Wendy. Plan for fun things. Plan joyful things. You do not know how much you help the collective when you experience joy and experience your goals. That's not selfish. It's actually helping. Anytime that you elevate yourself, you help the collective. So don't think of that as being selfish. Think of that as helping in your own way to anchor an energy in. We're all very much relying on energy and vibration now. So I will tell you some of the things that I wrote down for my setting intentions, so that you can do the same things that you might want to choose for yourself. So I kind of had to laugh. I want to easily find myself embracing the habit of discipline. Now, I think discipline maybe not is the correct word. It's embracing habit, embracing intention. Because to me, that's habit and intention are kind of the same thing. What are you doing? What are you stretching for? I kind of also had to laugh because I actually underlined kind of two things. I want to easily find myself seeing life in a way that brings me joy. That was under the Capricorn. I want to find myself easily finding things that bring me joy. And I think it's important for us to look at that in our daily lives. It's Saturn is about time. It's about things adding up. What are your memories? It's those special moments in your life that all add up. It's the space, time is actually the space between events, right? So what can you make memorable every day in your life? Lighting a candle, doing an intention, saying, okay, I light a candle. I want nothing but the best for myself today. This or something better. And that can be all that you set for your ritual. But it's that practice, and that is a Capricorn thing. It's that habit. It's that long-term thing. And we want to get you in that habit now, because this is a long year. This is the very first new moon. We have a long term to go. We started with Cancer full moon. We're going to end with a Cancer full moon. And to me, that's very much feminine energy on each end. But the very next thing is this Capricorn new moon. So let's blend things. Let's make this work for us. The other thing what was the other thing that I thought was really funny? I want to easily find myself experiencing healthy self-respect and respect for others in all situations. That's really hard. But I think it's important to do that, because I think what we'll find down the line is if we have been respectful, self-respect first, you have what you stand for, but I think there's going to come a time when even if you disagree with someone, you're going to have a common goal, a common job that you are going to need to complete. So offering self-respect to both people is a huge step in making things work properly, even if you don't agree with whatever they think or whatever they believe. We are going to have a lot of things coming out. A lot of belief systems are going to change. I personally believe that everybody in the collective is going to be disappointed in a big way, in one thing or another, everyone. And it's then knowing that, okay, now I have to change that mindset, that shift, and then we move forward. So the other thing I chose for my intention is I want to easily find ways to move my body more. This is going to be very important. Mars being in Capricorn, Mars is the energy of movement, of doing things, and it's exalted in Capricorn. It gets a lot done. It can be the impetus for you completing a task. And in the future, I think utilizing the Mars energy and moving our bodies is going to help us regulate other things that are coming up that may be more difficult. We do have a big thing in July where Saturn and Mars are conjunct. The two malefics go conjunct on the 4th of July. Yay. So when we utilize the energy of Mars and we set that term moving forward, then what we can do is offset some of the bad energy that Mars can bring out. So realize that all planets, all signs have, good parts and bad parts to them. We may think that Capricorn is boring, but man, do they get stuff done. I mean, I'm a Cancer, and I don't have anything in Capricorn. So that's an energy that's foreign to me, and there's nothing there that I can work with. So I have to really work on the Capricorn energy in my life. I really do. And that's what I found is, like, I do know people that are Capricorns, and they do. I mean, they are so reliable. They get stuff done. They think it, they do. To think it is to do it if you're a Capricorn, whether it's rising or sun sign or whatever. To think it is to do it. And with that energy, they also have work hard, play hard. If you're a good Capricorn, you've learned that too. You work hard and you play hard. They just make sure they get their work done first. And then it's like, play really hard. So I would say utilize the energy of both. I did love that Wendy brought that up, is that, make sure you bring that joy in to that energy of Capricorn in your life. Just because you're like, I'm going to set a goal to do something every day. Okay, let's make it fun. Okay, what do you like to do? What do you like to do that you'd like to do every day? Set yourself up a little ritual that you can enjoy doing for yourself, just for you. that you take a moment, settle yourself in for the day, and just be about you for a moment. And you can do that in 5 minutes. And then that just will set the day differently for you. I'm protecting my energy. I'm going to go out into the world. I am, only but things for the greatest and highest good. And I'm covered. Good way to start the day before you even leave the house. Sometimes before you leave your bedroom, because children can be annoying on certain days. I love mine fiercely. I'm a Cancer mom. I love them. But it's just like, okay, I need to go to the bathroom by myself. When they were growing up, and they're sliding papers from school underneath the door for me to sign. And I'm like, okay. So realize that you do need private time and that you can allow yourself that. It's important. So with that, I'm going to have us, take the time out. Has everybody written down what they wanted to write down? I don't know if anybody wants to share anything. You have the opportunity. Speak now, forever hold your peace. We're good. You can even write something that you think is maybe a good intention in the comments if you would like. But that is really, bringing that joy part in is really, really something I'm like with the Capricorn stuff. I have to make that plan because Capricorn is hard for me. So what I want to do is I want you to get your special piece of paper. Again, I saw this symbol on it, so I think it's pretty cool that we're seeing that. You can see little things in photographs and in the sky, and Jupiter's out in the night sky now. And take notice of the synchronicities, because with Uranus in a trine with this energy, there's opportunities out there for you. You just have to be aware of what's going on. So with this, I think I want to bring up Cerie's pretty, I'm going to add her thing to the stage here, and I may just play around with this a little bit. Okay, fine, whatever. I'm going to go ahead and we are going to go on a little bit of a journey. And what I want to do is utilize this picture as part of our journey. And I want you to put your intentions against your heart. And I also brought my Hecate key for opening doorways. So I'm going to put that on top. And because we are in this collective, that even someone that is watching this as a recording is in this energy. So whether you are here live in person or are a part of the quantum energy that we're experiencing, you are part of this journey. And what I want you to do is to close your eyes. And where we are now, we are going to be walking through the portal that was created here and walking into that snow. And I may even make this bigger. Ta-da! There we are. We are walking out into this time of the year. And I laugh because it is snowing here right now. And this is the energy of new beginnings. And we are now moving away from this portal and into a clearing. And ahead we see a beautiful fire that takes place for all of us to come and join, with it rising high in the air. We see new friends, we greet them. I think we need to circle around this fire and in a walking motion, because I feel like Mars is telling us that we need the movement. And as we're moving, we're thinking about the steps that we're going to be taking in the future and what's going to be happening for us, and that we keep moving forward at our own steady pace as we circle around this fire. And now we can stop and turn towards the center. Our intentions are part of our heart space, and we need to pour all of the excitement of achieving any goal that we have into our intentions, knowing that it's going to be happening, and the experience of the joy of when it happens. It's already been accomplished. It's been joyful. It's been unexpected. And it's come in unexpected ways. Again, it's from our heart that we pour the feelings in of joy, of excitement. And what we are doing is sharing that energy with all of those around us. It's a special gift when you can have joy for someone else's accomplishments and happiness for someone else's joy. So, again, we are feeding this energy into our intentions with our heart chakra. Now we're going to send this energy forward so that it can be added to the great fire, that purification energy that will rise into that night sky. And while we are here in this space, we send peace and joy and love out into the world to give energy to those who need it. I want everyone to slowly take a breath in and release it slowly. And do it again. Breath in, hold at the top, and release. And one more. Deep breath in, hold, and release. And now we know it's time to leave our friends and our fire and return back to our safe spaces as we head back to the portal that'll bring us back home. Enjoying the night sky and seeing Jupiter above us as a promise of better things in our futures. And we see our golden door that we are going to be walking through. All part of the magic of this season. And now we're going to start to slowly move our fingers, slowly move our toes, slowly open our eyes, and return. And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. So I think the biggest message for me in all of this is that this is a beautiful, magical new moon to set intentions for. But there's joyful intentions that we need to put with everything that we intend to do. And I think that is the biggest part of what to be shared in this energy. There's all these personal planets that are right there with the new moon. So I think utilize the energy of what that is for you personally. And I think you'll find that if you start looking at your chart a little bit more and realize where things are and what things mean and what planets are important to you. So I thank everyone for joining us. Again, always come join us on Wednesdays. And we have basically daily content. We have stuff coming out all the time. We have readers always Monday through Friday. We always have something coming out. We kind of change things up a bit, but we want to make things interesting, and we always enjoy suggestions. So again, thank you for joining us. This energy is going to be good for the next 48 hours. So if you want to rewatch this, feel free to do that. And I'm going to close this ceremony by blowing out the candle and ending. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will let everybody wave goodbye. And we will see you on Wednesday for the live. Bye.